US President Donald Trump has announced the release of long classified government files that is related to unidentified flying objects and unexplained aerial phenomena, describing it as a major step towards transparency and public access to information that has been kept under wraps for decades. Well, in a post on Truth Social, he said that the documents were being made available so that the public could examine them directly and form their own conclusions about what has been recorded in official government and military archives, adding that earlier administration had not been fully open about such matters. And following the announcement, the US Department of Defense published around 161 declassified files, with more documents expected to be released gradually. And all these records are now accessible through an official government portal and include decades of material that is gathered from military operations, civilian reports, astronaut communications, and intelligence assessments from different parts of the world. And according to the officials, the release is part of an ongoing effort to consolidate and declassify reports involving unidentified anomalous phenomena, though they stressed that the material does not confirm any evidence of extraterrestrial life or contact with non-human intelligence. But the documents contain a wide variety of accounts spanning from the mid-20th century to the recent years. Some of the most widely discussed material comes from NASA's Apollo missions. An astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, reportedly described seeing brief flashes of light while in space, which were later discussed as possible reflections or external light sources. And during the Apollo 12 mission, Alan Bean reported observing glowing particles that appeared to move through space, describing them as unexpected but not necessarily explainable at the time. And in another case from the Apollo 17 mission, Harrison and fellow crew members described seeing bright, rapidly moving lights outside the spacecraft, comparing the visual effect to the fireworks, though later assessments suggested possibilities such as ice particles, reflections, or optical illusions in space condition. And beyond space missions, the files also include numerous civilian and military sightings. Reports range from descriptions of circular or metallic objects rising from the ground in the 1950s to more recent cases involving fast-moving luminous objects detected near military aircraft and test sites. Some of these incidents were recorded using infrared sensors and tracking systems, showing objects that moved at a high speed before disappearing without a clear explanation. And in certain cases, objects were briefly tracked by targeting systems before vanishing from detection. And the Pentagon clarified that while all the documents were reviewed for security purposes, many of the incidents have not been fully analyzed for the final scientific explanation. Officials also noted that several cases were later attributed to known causes such as experimental aircraft, atmospheric effects, or sensor errors. However, a portion of the sightings remains officially unresolved due to the limited data or incomplete evidence. But the release has sparked significant public and political interest, with some lawmakers welcoming it as a step towards openness, while others questioned its timing and purpose. And the government has indicated that more files will continue to be made public on a rolling basis as part of an ongoing review process, emphasizing that the intent is to provide maximum transparency while protecting sensitive national security information. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.